Welcome, welcome, everybody. What's happening? Would y'all quit? There's nobody here. It's me. All right. Sorry, guys. They seem to think somebody's here for some reason. I don't know why, but so how's everybody doing? I see Woodsbound. I see Liam, Ariel, West House, Cheryl. Let me go back real quick and say hi to everybody here. Got Lonnie Houston, George Cherokee, Janice Fulham. There's Charlene Grady. There's Cheryl, Cindy, Petrus, Jonesy. G'day, mate. So, yeah, it's been a day, y'all. Actually been a pretty good day overall. I won't complain about that. Loose Screw Ranch, Miss Kim, how is it going? So, yeah, like I said, been a pretty good day overall. Tomorrow, you'll get to see all of what I've been doing. So, even with my back, y'all, I've been taking your advice, trying to take it easy, and just doing my stuff. There's American Gal 69. That is my, just so y'all know, that is one of my old friends from Florida, and she is awesome. So just so y'all know. There's our night. What's happening? The Knight family in the house. That's right. Lisa Duncan from Indiana. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. There's Bright Light. What's happening? So yeah, like I said, I've been taking y'all's advice and doing what you told me to do, and just kind of taking it easy. As far as helping goes, it's getting there. Like David um, said he was going to come over this morning and go help me get the lumber for the wall. But then Big Joe reached out to me and said, look, I can get over here early in the morning, and he said I'd be more than happy to help you. And so he was here at like 8 o'clock this morning, and we went and got the lumber and been working on that. Kim, my birthday was actually very good. Yeah, very, very, very good. I enjoyed it. I really had a good time with that. Even I'm sorry that I wasn't on the camera as much as I wanted to be, but it is what it is. There's Bobby. What's happening? Working on the mower, huh? All right. So, all night. This man can sing. I've actually won a karaoke contest once doing a George Strait song years ago. So I don't know if I can still sing or not. But there's Miss Gwen. But yeah, I can carry a little bit of a tune if you give me a big enough bucket. There's Judy Grimm. What's happening? From Wisconsin. There's Mike Birch. Another day older and less in debt. That's right. Yeah, man, I'm hoping my debt will get down there real soon. Um, so I've been looking at trucks here lately, because after trying to get underneath the beast the other day, man, I just realized at that point there that I'm gonna have to have two extra arms underneath there, and not me laying on my back doing that. Now, that like I said, that rattled my chain pretty hard laying underneath there again. So I just realized, come to the I guess realization, and just accepting the fact that until I can get to a doctor and find out what happened when I fell, um, I'm just going to have to put that on hold because I really don't have a choice. Um, I'm having a good day, Glenda. I really am. It's actually been a very good day. Um, so yeah, I've been working on my stuff here, and uh, the wall is actually getting done slowly but surely. So like I said, I've been taking it easy. That's been still rattles my chain to get my arms up above my head, but I've been getting it done. So I've got most of it almost complete. Now I just got to get the big ladder in there, and a lot of the challenge with that one was trying to figure out how to get it to because where the wall is and where the camper is, I got that hole dug out where the camper sits down in like that. So was trying to figure out how to get that to be level like that. You know what I mean? You can't just cut wood to make it do that. So it is what it is. But it actually looks pretty good, and I think it's going to do a great job. And as you, I don't know if you can see it over there, the big other AC is over there in the wall, and so that was pretty nice getting up this morning. I kicked that thing on, y'all. It only took about 20 minutes, and it was kind of it was comfortable in here. You know, I didn't have to wake up like day before yesterday and wake up and put on sweatpants, a shirt, a sweatshirt, and then a jacket. You know what I mean? 50 degrees for this Florida boy. I'm still not acclimated yet, y'all. I am still, yeah, I still don't like the cold. And and of course I still can't sit back in my chair like if I try to go back like this, sit flat on the chair, that doesn't happen. So midnight vlogs. Yes, I am having a good day. So here's what I do now. So I sit in my chair like this now. So it keeps my back good, but then it throws off the rest of my body. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about it because, you know what I mean? I'm still happy to be here. Actually, no, we are not having any. I haven't seen a rat or a mouse in here in a long time. Um, I don't remember who it was, but one of the you subscribers, you know, or oh, actually a lot of you kept reaching out and telling us different things to do. And I tell you what, they're gone. I haven't seen one since then. Actually, since we started doing all of those tricks and we put them all together, all you know, at the same time, and I haven't seen a rat or a mouse in here on a good while, which is a good thing. 149 to go, Jonesy. Okay. If y'all haven't gone over there and subscribed to Radio Jonesy, please do. 149 to go, and then he can get his stuff. 10 years in these Smokies. In the 11th, we were short sleeves at 55, right? Yeah, I mean, 10 years, yeah, that's one thing. It's only been a couple of here for us, for me anyway. So, yeah, we're still getting there. You know, like Joe showed up, Big Joe showed up. He says, I got that Viking blood in me. And he's up here in shorts this morning. Of course, I've got this shirt on, I've got my hoodie on, you know, and I wasn't cold, but, you know, it was still chilly to me, at least being outside. All right, Barbara, have a good evening. Does that mean you're leaving already? Oh, don't leave by me. So that's what's been going on. Mary's fixing to start doing some more of her stuff, and I'll probably be getting out there and helping her the next day or two, and you know, go over there and check out Mary and Miley's adventures, and you'll see what's going on over there, and making that happen. So, but for the most part, yes, I am having a cold snack, as my friend used to say all the time. You know, you can only eat so many Tylenol, y'all. So, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. Big Joe left a few of these over here. And so, as a lot of you know, that I'm not, I like drinking beer just because I like the taste of beer, but I don't like all the other stuff that goes along with drinking beer. Like, I don't like to drink to the point where I even get a little bit of a buzz. Because if I even start feeling that buzz a little bit, then I'm done. I'm over it. You know, I just like different beers. It's like these Yinglings. These are actually pretty good. It's called a Yingling traditional lager. And there's some trivia for y'all. I didn't know that Yingling was actually an American. It's one of the oldest breweries in America. I had no idea. There's Patrick. What's happening? And Troy Sutton. There we go. Howdy, howdy. Midnight vlog. Seeing. Wait a minute. I missed it. Seeing him in shorts on a motorcycle, right? Yeah. Just him showing up this morning, yeah, seeing in shorts, that was like crazy. There's Monique Poole. You're doing great. Louisville, Kentucky. Let's see. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. So now that the wall is almost finished here soon, I will get all of that tightened up there, and hopefully get my door in. Uh, I had the door latch for this door, this big door over here. I had it on my list here, and now all of a sudden I can't find it. So I thought I put it in my cart, but I went to try and get it today, and like I can't find it nowhere. Patrick, it was great. It was missing you though. You should have been here. But I know it's that time of year, and you know, it's life, right? Kiddo's calling. Is in love. Oh, okay. Well, give Kiddo love for me. American Gal 69. Her daughter is like another one of my adopted kids in the world, and she actually works. She's surprising enough, y'all, female, and she is a service manager for a GM dealership, which is pretty awesome. She worked her way from a parts store clerk up to a store manager, and then over to Chevrolet, and now is the service manager over there. So I think that's so pretty cool of her. No, I'm not building the wall from one end to the other. I am just building, like, you know, if the camper sits here like this, I'm just building a wall from this end to the wall of the barn, and this end from the wall to the, you know, from the camper to the wall, just to seal that off, because I already have everything up on top up here already sealed off with plastic and what have you. I mean, granted, it's not insulation, but it is plastic, so it keeps the air out. And surprising enough, it's like it's 79 degrees in here right now, so it's nice and cool just from that one little AC unit running right now. So that's pretty sweet. David Moffett, what's happening? So did y'all like that song that David got for me? I thought it was very cool. He went to the eye doctor at 1 p.m. Uh oh. Still saw it. They say, you're wearing them funny paper glasses, are you? I always hated the doctor when they go in there and dilate your eyes like that, and then they give you them goofy glasses to wear. Rear differential clutches are faulty, right? uh, yes, all caps is okay to use. Yes, I don't consider that yelling. Actually, if you put the @ sign in front of it and then, you know, junk the gems and pop that up with all caps, yes, that helps me see it faster, you know. So and it so I can catch them if I miss a comment, that they stand out real well to me that way, and this way I know I can see it. So yeah, no, all caps don't bother me a bit. I don't have the what do you call it? No, that wasn't Kelly. That wasn't him singing. That was AI. Thank you, Cheryl. I thought it was very cool too. Keep them straight, Gary. I'll be listening. Right? Thank you. Gotta try and figure out my stove surface light is staying on, although eyes are. If last night there didn't work. Surface light on your stove. Depends on what kind of stove you got. I might be able to give you a tip for that. You're live just in time. Sweet, Shirley. I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. Just wondering because it was going to build like you would if you had the trailer outside. No, that's you know, because the camper door is inside, and you know, if I built it all the way across, then I would have had to build 2 walls on both sides of the door to get in and out, and then it would have blocked all my windows. So the way I see it, if I close off just those ends like that, then I still get the windows from the camper looking out here, and I still get, you know, the door right there and all that kind of good stuff. So it gets to be to where I can open up everything and you know, be better that way. And also helps some of the AC and heat and everything in that side. So that helps out a bunch. Let's see. Look at there. My pocket got all screwy. So let me scan back down here. Thank you, Woods Bound. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think David did an awesome job on that, Sherry. I agree. Patrick, you can yell at me all you want to. uh, I was in a live and was called Baby Boomer. I kind of laughed, but I really didn't want to offend. Oh, no. Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much what we are. If you were born, was it 60? I want to say I was like the last of it or the beginning of it. I think 64 was the baby boomers. There's kindness. What's happening? Using oil radiator heaters, portable and electric plug-in. Actually, I thought about that, but this unit that I've got back here, there's Gary Jonigan from Tampa. Sweet. Um, this big unit back here has heat in it, and this thing actually warmed it up pretty good in here this morning. I use 3 of them every year. All right, those little radiator heaters, yeah. I mean, I have a propane heater, and I figure once I get all of this sealed off on both ends, that you know, I'm not trying to heat all of that open air space again, you know, and I've got the insulation in here. Like I've got about 3/4 of this side insulated now on the ceiling and the walls, and as soon as I get that other big fridge out of here, I can finish insulating those walls back there and the ceiling. Oh, Patrick's a Gen X. In the dryer and stop the dryer drum. Man, I can just imagine. Yeah, doing that. I'm bad about keeping screws in my pocket. So, Gear Bear, good afternoon, Gumby. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you to keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gear Bear, you know that's funny because that's what my family used to call me when I was really little, was Gear Bear. That's too funny. 10 10 64. Okay. See, we are baby boomers. I think, like I said, is it 64 that was the start of the baby booming thing? Or was it before that? I don't know if it was the 64 was the start or if it was the end of it, but I know I was right in there somewhere. Happy early birthday. Yep, Loose Screw Ranch Kiln. Yep, I agree. 64 was a great year, just like fine wine. That's right. We just get sweeter as they go. Jonesy says it's still got 149 to go. Jonesy, I need to make you a moderator somehow, so you can pop your links in there. I don't know if you can do that on here or not. So you can pop your links up there. End of 64 was the end of the boomers. Then went to Gen X. Okay, that works. I wasn't sure which one it was, but I know I still get emails all the time about that. You think it turned to vinegar? That's in between the boomers and Gen X. So I guess I'm the last of the baby boomers. Tape on the water lines instead of heating the whole area. And actually, yes, I do have heat tape for that, and it would probably be a better option if I keep the main line wrapped in heat tape coming up there, and then basically it's just I only got a couple more lines after that, but I think if I keep the main line warm, the rest of it shouldn't freeze. You know, because it runs up basically over top of the camper down to the washer and dryer. So I think if I kept those going, I wouldn't have to worry about trying to heat the whole back end back there. But on that same note, I thought about just where the water heater is. I might have to just run that heater at night just to keep the water heater from freezing, you know, so I don't have to go through that. So I figured, you know, that's running that propane just at night to keep that little section warm. And if I was to go back there and put some foam insulation back there and basically build a couple of little small walls and just keep that small little area right there warm, I think it'd probably be okay. But it's not like I'm going to try to heat the whole back side of the barn. Just enough heat because all them lines are up high. So I think if I just put that small propane heater right there, I think it'll be all right. I mean, we'll find out. Uh, garden hose, but I was smart. What? I missed that. Hang on, I gotta see that one now. Drink out of the garden hose, but I was smart. I let the water run a minute so the water wasn't hot. Right? Yeah, in Florida, you pretty much got no choice but to do that. You try to you try to turn on a garden hose in Florida, you're just gonna get steaming water. On my back end overheating, is that right? Yeah. Chase out the spiders and ants. Exactly. There's Stanley York Sr., born in 40. What does that make me? Uh, Stanley? Okay, so kindness says boomers are from after World War II, 1945 to 1954. Well, if he was born in 40, Stanley, that you not, I don't know. I don't know what that would make you, other than old like me. uh, Born in 56. Okay, Gary was a boomer too. Um, oh, thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. Yeah. And when David wrote that song and sent it to me, I was like, man, that really resonated with me, because that's pretty much who I am. That really is who I am. There's Diamond Ridge. What's happening? Okay, Midnight Vlog. Just so you know, the propane heaters that I have, they already have the vents in them. So we use that, those propane heaters, we use them actually in the camper. They're designed for interior rooms. So they already have the filters built into them, so you don't have to worry about venting them. Oh, right, kindness, I agree. Tiny Bubbles, what's happening? I haven't seen you in a good bit. 64, another one in 64, all right. Plastic wall divider, the fumes will leak out of the walls on the other side. Yeah, I don't even need that. Like I said, these propane heaters, they're ventless, so you don't have to worry about that. Husqvarna lawnmower. Does anyone out there have any parts for a broke soul? uh, Bro, Husqvarna lawnmower. I didn't even know Husqvarna made a lawnmower. But I know those are, Bobby. Those are actually those pulleys are pretty cheap. From the state of Missouri, and I finally caught a live. It's a big hello to everyone in the chat. Cindy, that is awesome. So big hello to everybody from Cindy. 54 to 65 is Generation Jones. Okay. With the bounce. Sub to Jonesy. See, Jonesy, they're getting there, buddy. Called the greatest generation. There you go. I have to agree with that one, Patrick. I'd have to agree with that one. Those are the guys. World War II. That was a hell of a war. That was just one of them crazy wars that and it makes you wonder, what was Japan thinking? you know, you're this little dot on the map and the world map, and you're gonna take on one of the greatest countries in the world. you know, and then wonder why. Oh, we lost. We know why. We don't know why. Born during the demographic cohort between 46 and 64. Okay. 1945 was born. Tim Wren, what's happening? Tiny bubbles in my beer. Or use once, throw away. Yep. Actually, I can check with my friend Tim and see if he knows anything about it. Joseph O'Brien, finally get your house done down there, brother. A POW, damn, Cheryl, a POW in World War II. That's crazy. Or the silent generation. Okay, Ariel says okay. Born in 1940 of the silent generation. There's Wanda Henry. What's happening? Two world wars and the Great Depression. Yeah, like I said, that was a crazy world back then. And even at my age, y'all, thinking about technology back then, like, we didn't have none of that. Like when a cordless phone came out, that you didn't have the cord stretched all the way across the living room or what have you like that. I mean, I thought that was the greatest thing since Rice Krispie treats, and and now look at us now, I remember my first cell phone was mounted in my little Nissan truck, and I had a box underneath the seat and a little mount up there by my shifter and all that kind of stuff. I just thought that was pretty wild. It was a Dust Bowl baby, from the great Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. Uh, Reverend Joe's flew by me, Joe. She was born in 36. Okay. First time I heard that. Thank you for that information. Okay, I missed that one. So, house is all done. Thank God. My 1975 Harley is in the flood, but buying another one this week. There you go. Man, 75 Harley. You couldn't have them go through that, even if it was in the flood. It doesn't seem like that would hurt it that much. Change the oil and clean the carburetors on it. Doesn't seem like that would be very much to do. Let's see. I gotta scan back up because I missed a bunch. 68 is Gen X. What is wrong with you? I don't know. I will not be knowing. 68. I was what, 4? Oh, cool. There's a premiere coming out tonight at 6 Central from South Texas Roots. Okay. Well, I might have to go check that out. Okay, I'm going to scan back up here. Let me catch back up. There's Mean Mama Meanest. Saltwater locked everything. Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Joe. All the salt water. But it still shouldn't have locked it up. You would think you just changed the oil and put some marble in it and it should have been okay. I would think so anyway. But, I have actually had a truck go in the salt water, Yeah, being out there on the beach and pulling people out and getting stuck. Actually, my Nissan, I had moved back to Florida, took my boat and everything down there, wanted to go camp on the beach. So I'm camping on the beach, St. Augustine Beach. Didn't think about the tide being out when I pulled up there and camped. So, I'm just laying out there on the beach in my sleeping bag, and and I woke up, kept getting rolled. And all of a sudden the water hit me in the face, and I thought, man, why am I getting water hit in the face? I'm sleeping on the beach. And about that time I looked up and realized that my truck, the water was all the way up to the fender wells of my truck. And I'm like, oh man, all right, well, the boat's like trying to lift the trailer up and stuff. So thank God it's 4-wheel drive, and I was able to get it out of there. It started right up and walked right out of there. But I didn't have any weight behind me because the boat was floating the trailer out. So 30-inch redfish on my birthday. Sweet, man. That was a nice little birthday. My dad was a POW in Korea. Man, Mike Birch, that is awesome. Korean POWs were, I think they had it a lot harder than the World War II POWs. As it was living next to the ocean and it has rusty problems. That it does, yeah. And the nice thing about it's so weird that Florida, like New York, all up in the Northeast, you get all that salt on the roads. But then you also have ocean salt that contributes to that rust. So then you got Florida. You can tell a vehicle that it come from the beach or it come from the inland, Yeah, no doubt. I agree, Kim. South Texas Roots is showing a time lapse of his house build. Oh, cool. Yep, I will be doing that soon. I'm hoping to be able to start doing that real soon, yo. I can't wait. I've been steady tweaking my drawing and how I want it to look and all that kind of good stuff. Sitting here waiting on a pizza. Thought I would drop in and say hello. Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Tell them pizza guys to send me one too. Janice Woolham now being on the beach in a sleeping bag is homeless. Right? No, I wasn't homeless. I was just traveling. I was on my way to Gainesville, and I just stopped in there. I was already tired from driving, so I stopped in over there on St. Augustine Beach, and I knew I only had about another hour and a half drive, but it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pull over here and camp on the beach and wake up and see this beautiful sunrise, and I was like on the back side of my truck, so I was quite a ways up towards the shoreline, but that's when that water started hitting me, and I realized, oh, wait a minute. When that water's hitting me, I rolled over and seen the truck, and it was up on the top of the wheels. Good job, Cubby, on your bet. Okay. Cuddly Texan, okay, on your birthday. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, Cuddly Texan, Patrick's birthday was not long ago, was it? When was your birthday, Patrick? Yeah, that's Joyzy. That's what they do up there. Uh, New executive order, huh? Man, that's just crazy. You can't have a campfire on a beach. But, so many other people have screwed that up for everybody else. St. Augustine Beach, it used to be you weren't allowed to go out there and stay overnight either, or it used to be you could go out there and stay overnight. And then they started cutting that out. Like, it wasn't long after I was there that, yeah, they started doing that. Born after Vietnam, 56 to 72. Yep, you were the baby boomers there, Eddie. That's what those are. We are, should I say. I'm not crazy, but I don't think you meant to do a time lapse of someone else's build, just your own. No, yeah, that's what. Yeah, Reverend Joe. Yeah, I'm gonna do a time lapse of mine when I get ready to build it. But actually, y'all are gonna be coming along for that build. The 26th. Okay. Well, happy belated there, Patrick. Big Wave, what's happening, my friend Kevin down in Florida? Um, Actually, I've watched a little bit of the Crocker's tiny house build. Mine is not going to be like so much of a tiny house. Okay, my actual dimensions are going to be 30 by 40, being 30 foot wide, 40 foot long. I figure the way I've measured out my rooms, that gives me a decent sized living room, without going too extravagant with it. A decent sized kitchen, a bedroom with storage and what have you like that, and gives me a little office there, a little YouTube studio, so to speak. And so I think it's going to work out good. And like I said, it's not going to be um, overly expensive. My roof is going to be like one half is going to be this way, and then the other half is going to be stretched out a little bit. So it's not, but just to give it a little more look to it like this. Okay. So this way, when this end comes out this way, I can have that big outdoor porch I can sit on. And now that part I will end up probably pouring concrete, or I'll build a deck. I'm not sure yet. Most likely, um, most likely it'll be a concrete slab there. My Camaro would love you. Oil fluid. It's been sitting 5 years, and I got a birthday on the way again. Hint, wink. Ace, you got a Camaro down there, Ace? There's Paul Honeyman. What happening? You got proof for a beer today. Some. Oh, you got ID'd for a beer. Birthday backwards. I told him I can't be at 16 again, right? I don't blame you. Now, I don't think I'd want to go back to 16 again. There's Stefan. What's happening? Kindness is a mess, right? Let's see. Who else we got here? Trying to scan back down, y'all. They got away from me again. 16 if and make a few different decisions. I don't know if I would make a few different decisions or not. I think if I was to change my decisions, it would have been my decisions would have changed like in my 20s. I think that's where I really needed to make those changes, But on the same note, some of those decisions, those I shouldn't say I would have changed them a lot. I think I would have just altered them a little bit. If I could go back, I would alter them a little bit. Um, like when I first got out of the military, I had a chance to go to work in St. Louis for the people that build tanks, and then I turned that down. And then I also had a chance to go to work for UPS, and I turned that down. Because they didn't want me to have long hair, and I told them I didn't want my have to wear uniforms and keep my hair short and all that stuff in, because back then they were a lot more strict about it than what they are now. So I don't know. That's why I wanted that, and PTSD from the military. I just wanted to get in a truck and just kind of be able to be by myself. So that's what I did. And back then, trucking, the money was really, really good. Sounds about the size of Mama's. Yeah, I think you're talking about Mama V's house. It'll be bigger than Mama V's house. I don't want the whole 2-story deal. I don't want steps and all that. Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a lot of those, Patrick, would be the decisions I made too. Yeah. Like, yeah, not hurt my body as much. Okay, David, have fun with that. Yeah, Paul, I agree. It was just like that was a way to get away from people and stay away from people. You could be out there on the road, especially driving at night. You kick the music up and hit the cruise control and kick back and just stayed away from people. But the only people you really had to deal with is in the truck stops and then your deliveries and pickups. So yeah, that was pretty much like that. David, tell your company how rude. I wasn't alive. uh, Chatting with my buddy Gumby. Built a tiny house. It was a trailer, 28 foot long, 9 foot wide. See, and I live in that now. Midnight Vlogs. I live in a 30-foot camper, 8 foot wide. So yeah, I'm not doing that. I want to be able to have some space. The dogs, they need some space. I want to have a little mud room for them, so when they come in from outside, they come through the first dog door, they'll have a nice big rug there that'll catch all the dirt and the leaves. And because I don't know if y'all can see this dog door here, right there, but when they come through there, even though that thing's like that deep, they still drag the leaves in and everything else. So again, I'll have a little mud room just for them, even if I've got to build it off the back of the house and make that room for them. So that's the plan for that. So anyway, 30 by 40 is pretty much, I think it's going to be a good size. Again, gives me nice closet space, gives me room to move around, and it's not going to cost me out the tail. Oh, thank you, Shirley. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think they're doing pretty good down there too. And y'all have been spoiling them rotten here lately with all kinds of great stuff. So I think that's awesome as well. 146 to go. 1K, 3 weeks to get there. There you go, Jonesy. Put that link up there. Any moderator? Okay, Jonesy is a moderator. Why didn't it show up as a link though, Jonesy? I don't know why. There's Jan. Wonder why it didn't show up as a link. I'll stop watching this. It's time to sleep. Time is over 40 minutes here in Sweden. Oh, yeah, I agree, Stefan. I appreciate that, though. I'm glad you came in and joined me. So, yeah, have a great night. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. We got about 20 minutes left. And like I said, Stefan, I appreciate it very much. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I do believe I am, though. There you go. Just another Jonesy. Getting Jonesy's tightened up here. I told him I was going to try to help him as much as I can to see if I can't get him up there. Our night. There you go. There's another one. Yeah, we'll just keep jamming. We got 236 people in here. That is awesome, y'all. I appreciate it very much. Future Man on tour. Radio Jonesy. Yes, Jonesy is awesome, y'all. So yeah, you gotta go over there and sub to Jonesy for me, and let's see if we can get him over that, that hump there. I would love to be able to get like, oh, there you go, Patrick. I just got your picture. Sweetness. Yeah, that is a nice looking fish. Let me see if I can show that off, y'all. See if we can get it to show up here. There we go. Look at that beautiful thing. That is very cool. Um, let's see. Okay. Just catching up here. Hit that thumbs up, please. Trying to keep this channel kicking up here. I've been still thinking about the other channel. I know I've said it a few times that I want to start it, and I'm going to. And I think I'm going to try to keep it more like, more the kind of like what David does. More of a chat channel, and doing inspirational stuff, and try to keep people on that on that positive realm. Because I know even the best of us, we still have that. I still fight with it every now and then, staying on that positive realm. But every time I come back, no nudies for. Well, the only thing that was nude in that picture was a fish. We keep trying to tell them Reds to put clothes on, but they don't get it. Uh, Let me catch back up again. Okay, I'm caught back up again. Yeah, that was a sweet fish there, Patrick. Looks like you're in. Where are you at there out there? Is that like in the Gulf there? Uh oh. So Jan sent me pictures now of her fish. She goes, "You can't let Patrick show me up." There's Judy. What's happening? Uh, I hit that channel to sub, and good luck, Jonesy. Thank you, Reverend Joe Jacobson. We appreciate that. Yeah, let's see if we can get him. See if we can't get him up there. 3 more weeks. So I think over 3 more weeks we should be able to get him boosted there. Oh, and Jonesy, send me a link that I can start posting on my page here for you. So I will start tagging you, and I'll try to remember to mention you and see if we can't help you get there, man. Because you have done so much for us and been here for us. So I really appreciate it. Holy fish. I don't know. Somebody might find you cute, Patrick. I don't know. Port Aranis. Okay. Port Aranis. Man, why you want to talk about the Aranis? Let there be Aranis. There's Tony, the big Italiano. Also have before videos and after videos. Okay, cool. Well, you got to post them out there then so we can see it. 3.58 pounds. Was that big bass, that big largemouth bass I see there? All right, let's see if we can show Jan's big largemouth bass there. That's a pretty one there. 3.58 pounds. That's not a bad fish there for a bass. I can't wait to get the J pond done and start filtering that water. I start filtering that water. I might have to go out here and catch me a few bass and keep them live and throw them in there just to see if I can't keep some fish going, because I love filleting a good sized bass, and I know the food is super cheap for them. So I love that cooking up like that. To me, that's like, I don't know, especially with that Cajun seasoning on there, man. Put them in butter, wrap them in tinfoil, put some Cajun seasoning on there, and put the butter on there and wrap them up, put them on a grill, let them sit there for an hour or so, and you don't even have to fillet them. The bones just melt out of there. They're awesome. Liz Cruz, do you have any tips for pictures that I'm trying to make into a video for my channel. Kim, just send me an email, and I can help talk you through some of that and help you through some of that. It's hated missing your birthday, but we woke the storms and it killed the vibe. I agree. I hear you. I can totally understand that because you know, it rained the night before here, so I'm kind of glad it did that. Well, Byron, if you're having plumbing issues with a tub, send me an email, and I can help you with that. God said no, no, I'll never get the smell off of them. There's Ray Castillo. Actually, I'm feeling better. You know, the back still bothering me, obviously, but you know, I just can't do what I used to do until I get it checked out. And I know if I go to this clinic here, the VA clinic over there in Russellville, that they're just going to want to send me for the test, and that's I can't get there yet. So you know, that's just all there is. 25 inches long. I didn't have a scale. Wow, that's a good sized bass there too. You're welcome, Kim. Yeah, more than happy to. Just send me an email, and you know, I'll get with you, and we'll do that. SW, good evening. What's happening? There's Auntie Ann on the phone, no tagging. Okay, so Auntie Ann, I'm sure, is going to say hello, everyone, from Auntie Ann, the Smurfette. I just love that girl, man. She is so awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to scan back up here and catch up, y'all. Found out why fish smells like the ladies. It was all Adam's fault when Eve had her first. Oh man, you ain't right, Paul. Paul. Oh man. You know, for some of you that like jokes like that, you know, I wish I could tell some of those jokes like that I know like that on here, but I can't do that. Y'all would be unsubscribing from me, going, Gary, you dirty mouth, you can't be saying that on the YouTube. Oh, Karen Anthony, what's happening? Oh man, yeah, gotta put Paul in timeout, put him in the corner. I think it's hilarious. Rainbow trout is the same way, just fillet. Yep. Yeah, rainbow trout is actually good. Just gut them, cut the head tail off there, and just wrap them up in foil with salt. I mean, with a little bit of salt and pepper and butter and a little bit of that seasoning. Just let them cook for an hour, man, and they go. You can just peel that spine right out the back. All the rest of the bones just melt away, and it's like awesome. I know, right? Excuse me. Oh, that's funny. I never claim Paul is right, y'all, but that, you know, I love his humor, and he's not afraid to say it. You know, he keeps it right on the borderline from offending. You know what I mean? And if you get offended by something Paul says, well then, you know, that's I'm sorry, but you know, I love him. I think he's hilarious. So that's one thing I meant to ask you about was uh shoot, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Stand back up. Come on, quick, 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 catch him. Catch them before they go away again. Michigan, for all of you up there, have y'all been getting them cold snaps like we've been getting? Because I know, right? I agree, Paul. And I don't care either. You know, if y'all can't. It's, you know, Paul is all about the joking. So you know, Paul is Paul, and I am going to let him do what he wants to do. So you know, I love the guy. I think he's awesome. I think it's hilarious. So hopefully he doesn't offend you, and if he does, well then apologize. We'll apologize for him now, and that's it. Uh, Nebraska's been getting that cold, Karen. Shiloh, has it been getting cold up there? I know my daughter said it was pretty cold up there a few days ago, but it was pretty nice after that. Crazy cold in Tasmania, huh? Yeah, same thing, Patrick. Been here, like in the 70s. It was 48 the other morning when I woke up in here, or not inside, but outside. I was like 48, and this is what is up with that? uh, Gotta take the bad and the good and realize he's joking around. That's it. That's just Paul, and that's what he does, and I love him for it, and I'm gonna support him 100%. Ah, can't wait for the right woman to come along for you. She's out there. Well, I hope so. Maybe one day. You never know. Find me somebody that's super happy like me, and that just likes to do the things I do. You never know. There might be one out there. Uh, with just 100 and 100% humidity a week ago. I know, right? Yeah, I agree, Ace. Everybody loves Paul. If they can't take a joke, right? uh, the sun feels good. Oh, Jonesy getting some sun down there finally, huh? Well, that's I mean, it is getting. You're fixing to get your summertime coming soon, and then you'll be cooking again, just like we are. I mean, it was supposed to be. I think they said it was supposed to be like 90 some degrees today, but I don't think it ever hit it because it's like 86 outside right now. 80. It just turned 85. So yeah. Uh, it's a beautiful warm 55 there. ah, Jonesy loved. Okay, so Jan saying love the tour video. Sharks guy just right. Exactly, Andy. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Paul's before. Yeah, Paul's my age, so Gen X help. Uh, we got in the 80s and 90s this week. Okay. Yeah, they were saying something about it's supposed to be 94, 95 at some point this week, but I don't know. Get them over here for a meetup. I know, right? Oh man, just getting Paul over here and with the jokes and what have you like that. we could just charge for the jokes. uh, you know, you would have to just if you want it censored, you got to pay double. you know. No one look. I'm changing into my PJs. We won't be looking. uh, and the 40s at night. Wow, you're getting the 40s at night. Yeah, it was 48 here this morning. Actually, wasn't too bad, but now they're saying something about like mid 60s and 70 the rest of the week for the lows. So I'm hoping so. 53 this morning wasn't horrible, but it wasn't warm either. Yeah, like 58 in the morning, 65, 68, then 70, 70, 70, 68. So back to normal temperatures, mid temp. Oh, we got next Tuesday, 96, 95. So we got some of those coming. Um, right? I told you I won't be looking. uh, no, Paul, we wouldn't have to put you in the dunk tank. Like I said, we could just uh, pay you to have get people to pay for the jokes. We'll make them pay double and triple if if they want it censored. The Waltons, what's happening, Miss Judy? Uh, I know, right? If we could ever get Paul to come over here, that would be awesome. There's Miss Lee. Not a boomer, 66, but today is my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Lee. That is awesome. He said it all for free. That's funny. Uh, can't say it all for free. Come on, we got to charge him a little bit. Rob's ready to come out and meet you next summer. After meeting Tara and Jason this weekend, he told me the van could make it to Arkansas, no problem. Well, sweet. I would love that. Come on out and hang out. You know, I got a spot for you, and you can have water and all that kind of good stuff and power and come on and hang out for a couple of days. That would be awesome. Maybe we can invite a bunch of folks over here, and you can meet a bunch more of them up here. I would really like that. I think that'd be very cool. Let's see. Okay, happy birthday, Lee. I don't know if I could sing that song very well. Everybody actually sang me happy birthday on my birthday. I was shocked with all that. You know how that is when somebody sings you happy birthday, even at 60, you still kind of get all red in the face, get all shy. Oh, that's too funny. But everybody wished Lee a happy birthday. Yeah, Bobby's. Yeah, I don't even know if you're 4 miles. I think you're like 2 miles from me, actually. Because you're not a mile outside of town. I know that. Thank you for the birthday wish. It's been a good day. Good deal. I like to hear that. Cuddly Texan says 8:57. Oh, yeah, we got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Started GoFundMe for Sir Paul and Radio Jonesy to get here to Arkansas. Right? We got to do that. We get Jonesy up there to his subscriber limit. He might be able to pay his own ticket then. Start getting that boy making some money off of YouTube. I don't even know what that I didn't even know what that meant. I had to look it up while I write. GoFundMe or what? The last month of the baby boomers, Paul is. Okay. Oh, man. Let's see. You got to be quicker than that, Paul. Yep. Yeah, Paul is right there. What? Got to be right. December, I think. See if I remember that right. All right, Paul. Yep, December. That's what I thought. Do I have a video for today? No, actually not yet. I want to finish up what I've got going on here today so y'all can see the actual finished product and make that happen so y'all can see it. So like I said, I've been working on it pretty much all day. It was a bit of a challenge trying to figure out how I was going to make everything tie in together and so it would stay there. All right, Tony, thank you very much. November 64, Terry. All right. See the boomer too. The realest that you've seen. You forget about me. Don't forget about me. So anyway, it is 6 o'clock, y'all. So I don't know who else is going live tonight. I don't know if Tim is going live tonight or not, but y'all go check everybody out. Show them some love. And thank y'all so much for showing me the love tonight. And man, I just love being live with y'all every Tuesday. So don't forget, come check us out tomorrow. And thank you, Nigel. I appreciate that. And we'll keep going and see what happens. So come check out the video tomorrow. You'll get to see how I designed this wall. I think you'll like it. So anyway, y'all have a great night. I will see you all very soon. And don't forget to go check out Jonesy over there and show him some love for me. All right. So we love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Said, okay, again, hit the button, Gumby. You're here too long. There it is.